All right, hello VC, how you doing? My name is Jamie, and thanks again for stopping by. Here it is, Christmas Eve day, so Merry Christmas to you and yours, and hopefully you had yourself a nice weekend as we are one day away from Christmas. And yeah, certainly for me, I've got a very full house. So all my kids are home for Christmas. My three kids, my three adult kids, and my son's got his girlfriend visiting, and my daughters have friends also that have been dropping by. So it has been a very full house, which is a good thing, and it's been fun. Okay, so let's take a look at a few more classic and not so classic Christmas. I've got a few more CDs on this one, but also some vinyl as well. The YouTube channel Pretty Green Vinyl Guy showed this one, Colin James and the Little Big Band, Christmas, and he had a different cover on the CD that he showed. This is actually, as I recall, the original cover for Colin James, great Canadian artist. I've featured Colin James stuff on this YouTube channel before. Just a great blues artist. If you like Brian Setzer with Colin James and the Little Big Band, this would be a great CD for you. It's, got all your favorites. Again, done in very cool big band style. But I always put this on every season. Colin James and Little Big Band Christmas. But yeah, that's the original cover. The new cover has a picture of Colin James on it. I don't know why they felt the need to change it, but they did. Okay, something a little different. Sting's Christmas album, If on a Winter's Night. And now this is a very somber, melancholy kind of album. And in fact, it was released on Dutch Gramophone. And he does a version of Gabriel's Message, which first appeared on A Very Special Christmas, but he does a very different arrangement on it. And he does a number of carols and also a soul cake. Overall, though, a very good album. Maybe not a great album to put on at the Christmas party, if you will, because it's very, very mellow, very somber. Sting really singing in low tones throughout it, but worth listening to. And again, it was interesting. It was released on the Dutch Gramophone label, but I've always enjoyed that cover. I thought that was a really nice cover, and that would look great LP size. Very nice. Okay, Bob Dylan's Christmas in the Heart, and maybe not for everybody's tastes. Bob Dylan covering a number of Christmas songs on this one, and he does a rousing version of Must Be Santa. I don't know if you've ever seen the video for that, but so yeah, Bob Dylan's Christmas in the Heart. For some, this is an absolute favorite. For others, it's kind of a scratch of the head. Bob Dylan's voice is pretty rough. Now, obviously, Bob Dylan's voice has always been a little rough, but it just seems on this particular one, throat's a little croaky, shall we say. But overall, it's still enjoyable. And this was an early issue. This one had, of course, the CD, but it also had a number of Christmas cards available that you could mail to your friends. Of course, I kept the Christmas cards. There was nothing on the inside. You could write whatever you want. But then they had this on the back of the card, that sort of thing, and envelopes included as well, but there was nothing printed on the envelopes. But they included about 6 of them, I think, something like that, just inside. And of course the CD, of course, also included, but there you go, all the Christmas cards inside, but then the CD also included like that. Interesting having this, very somber, sort of old-style Victorian cover, and then you open it up. You get that. Okay, Bob Dylan, there you go. Christmas in the Heart. Oh my goodness. Ella Fitzgerald. How great is this album for Christmas? Swingin' Christmas. Ella, just in wonderful form and wonderful voice. And this is kind of a nice, I would say deluxe. It's got a few, I think, bonus tracks on here, but it's just a nice presentation on CD, sort of with the rounded edge here. A booklet slips in like that and opens quite nicely. Nice packaging overall. Very nice. Okay, Chris Isaac, Christmas. Maybe Christmas Isaac. So Chris Isaac, Christmas. This is a great CD. I mean, Chris Isaac always doing his best kind of Roy Orbison sound, Roy Orbison feel, but I really have always liked the song Washington Square that he does on this. And overall, it's got that great Chris Isaac sound, but a very enjoyable Christmas album. If you want a great rockin' Christmas album, like in terms of old-style rockin', which is kind of hard to find, I've always liked this one, Dion's Rock and Roll Christmas. Now, of course, this is a later release. This came out, I think, in 1990. And at the time, they did a Dion album. This was on the Right Stuff label through EMI. And then they also did a Fats Domino album. The Fats Domino one isn't quite as good, but this Dion one just rocks from start to finish. Overall, I think this is absolutely great. It's got that great Dion feel, and even with the cover kind of resembling Bruce Springsteen, you know, it's got that kind of Born to Run kind of look. It does kind of have that nice kind of Bruce Springsteen feel, you know, sort of with the original Dion. But this is a great album, and it's just rocking and rolling from start to finish. Again, if you're having a Christmas party, you could definitely put this one on, and everybody would enjoy. Okay, the Moody Blues, December. Interesting, this has so far still remained the Moody Blues' last studio album. And this goes back a few years, early 2000s, I think maybe 2000, maybe 2 or 3. A great album from start to finish. Classic Moody Blues sound. Number of covers, but a number of original songs in here as well. Yeah, if you haven't heard it, do check it out. The Moody Blues and December. Just a wonderful Christmas album, and it still remains their last studio album. Here's one that I think would be hard to find. EMI, Legends of Rock and Roll. This is part of that Legends of Rock and Roll series that came out in the 90s, sort of the late 90s. Yeah, this was 1992, in fact. And this is Legends of Christmas Past. So this is quite a mixed bag. Let's see if I can focus in on some really, without getting too much glare, some really obscure stuff on here. You've got Canned Heat and the Chipmunks. You've got Jan and Dean, and you never hear their Christmas stuff. And you've got Marvin and Johnny, Bill Haley and his Comets rocking around the Christmas tree. Jan and Dean, the Belmonts also as well. As I say, Canned Heat and the Chipmunks too. But I don't know if this CD is still available or not. But I always thought this was really an interesting one. Okay. James Taylor's Christmas album is absolutely lovely. James Taylor at Christmas. I do like his version of Go Tell It on the Mountain, and the song Who Comes This Night is a beautiful song that almost sounds like it's like a modern carol. It has that sort of feel to it, and it's not till the 10th track that one comes up, but that's an absolute standout. And it's interesting, DJ Trish included that on the Christmas mix CD that she sent me, so I thought that was a very interesting inclusion. And he also does In the Bleak Midwinter, which I've always loved that song. But this is absolutely just a lovely Christmas CD. And maybe one more. We've got Brian Setzer Orchestra. Of course, we talked about Colin James. Brian Setzer Orchestra, the Christmas CDs. He's got a number of Christmas CDs out. And this is certainly Boogie Woogie Christmas, an absolute favorite. Okay, let's take a look at some vinyl. I don't think I showed any Christmas Motown. Always enjoyed this one. Kind of grew up with this one. A Motown Christmas with this absolutely funky kind of early 70s cover. This features Temptation, Stevie Wonder, Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Diana Ross and the Supremes. Just a great double album. I know they have issued this on CD, I think, with a bonus track or something like that. And maybe they have reissued this on vinyl, too, I think. But this is really worth picking up just for an overall great package. And again, speaking of Motown, I love the Temptations. This is just a great album. And again, just their version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer I've always loved. Temptations Christmas Card. Just a great album. And this on the, of course, the classic Tamla Motown label. Take a look. Yeah, this just a great album, overall. Okay, and something a little different. I saw Joel on his YouTube channel. That's certainly worth checking out. He's got some great reviews, and he was wearing a Dolly Parton shirt, and he said, "No, I'm not doing any Dolly Parton albums or any country reviews on his channel." But for Joel's Dolly Parton shirt he was wearing, how about Kenny and Dolly and Once Upon a Christmas? And I'm telling you, every Christmas I'm always hearing the song With Bells On. You know, I mean, and I Believe in Santa Claus, Christmas to Remember, Christmas Without You. You know, it's, hey, and on vinyl, Kenny and Dolly. And see if we can maybe sneak one more. I don't know, maybe on CD. Some CanCon. This has been a kind of a kicked around CD, but Stompin' Tom Connors and Merry Christmas, everybody. Old style country, classic Stompin' Tom, and Holly Cole Trio. This was their original Holly Cole Trio. Great, great jazz band, and Holly Cole, great jazz artist. And this was her original Christmas EP. She's since released a full-length Christmas album, but I still like this 4-track EP where she covers especially 2,000 Miles and Christmas Blues. Really, really nice CD. Okay, and so that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the Christmas selections, and we'll chat again tomorrow for Christmas Day. So again, everybody have a wonderful Christmas Eve day, and hit like and subscribe. Thanks again. Bye-bye.